What is up, guys? Welcome back to another daily build video. This time we're checking out the P1 Gold Line Edition. Let's go. Real quick before I get into the video, if you're looking for any of my Motorfest tunes or my Need for Speed Heat builds, I've moved everything to my website. It's militiagamingco.com. There's links in the main navigation menu for Need for Speed Heat builds and Motorfest Pro settings, so click those if you're looking for that. The link to the site is actually in the description of this video. All right, enjoy. All right, real quick before I get into the tune, let's talk about the car a little bit. So this car has an insanely wide body on it. This is a custom car that you can get from the Crew 2. You can just go to the Crew 2 and buy the car. It's an exclusive. It was an exclusive car from a reward. I believe it was either a summit or a motor pass. I can't remember. Either way, it was an exclusive timed reward that you can now just go and buy. Anyone can buy it as long as you own the Crew 2. You have enough money, you can just do it. So if you do that and transfer it to Motorfest, I'm going to tell you right now, it is way better than the P1. Now, that is despite its time on my test course, which is actually really similar to the regular P1. Now, on my test course, Achieving Immortality, both of these cars run similar times because they're both sort of the same fast. Where the difference is on this P1 is it's much better at handling, and because of that, you can be way more aggressive with the tune and add in a bunch of oversteer that you can't do with the P1 because the P1 is so wild. The regular P1 has a crazy wild back end, and it just really, you spend your entire time trying to tune that wildness out of the back end to make it more stable, and you're not really concerned with making it go faster. So because of that, this thing actually handles and feels a lot better to drive, way more controllable, and it's something that I think you guys will actually like. And a lot of these summit events, you're able to use this car as opposed to the P1, even though the P1 might be the required car. Like this last summit, we had to use the P1, and this car was actually available to use. For some reason, the special edition cars sometimes are available when you have those required vehicles for the summit. So I definitely think it's worth it. Go to the Crew 2, pick this thing up. Anyway, let's get into the pro settings and we'll show you my fastest run on Achieving Immortality, and then we'll go out for a grand race. All right, so the brake balance is at 40%. And if we go down into the suspension, we've got the spring front at +5, 0 for the rear, +10 for the compression front, and +5 for the rear, -4 in the front of rebound, and -5 on the rear rebound. For the anti-roll bars, they're both at +10, and then the alignment is both at -0.25. Very simple tune, a little bit of stiffness in the front, a little bit of stiffness in the back, a little more responsive steering, and then a little camber for some more grip. Let's get out to the fastest time on Achieving Immortality, and I'll see you for a grand race. All right, here we go. This is like the most wild start, aside from AGP, of course. We got the motocross start, AGP, then hyper. I hope for the sake of this car that we're going through the city and not up the hill. I don't think it gutters that well, so we'll see how this goes. I just need to survive this motocross start, and I'm starting in the back, so let's see if we can get going. That's funny that that guy was coming from the left side on that checkpoint. He literally just went the wrong way. Try to stay inside if you can. There's a little bump there. All right, here we go. Into this first big turn. Worked my way up from last to second. And now first. Let's go, dude. All right, let's just try not to die here. Oh, baby, let's go. And we're keeping some good speed, too. Little nos taps in the air. Nas taps? Little nas taps. You guys know what I'm talking about. Save it for the downhill. Get back into the 40s. There we go. There we go. You want to try to keep it in the 40s, and if it's just the 30s and you can't keep it in the 40s, that's okay. But if you can keep it in the 40s this whole section, you're going to end up in first, I guarantee you. Turn's a little tricky. It's a downshift to 5th. Cut it hard at that. And then a downshift to 4th. A brake. Hit the hard left on that checkpoint. And you can kind of just accelerate out of it and you'd be good to go. That actually could not have gone any better for motocross, man. Got to get this thing to full speed quickly. Now, we're not going to have any type of slip at this point. Which means you'll probably see second and third place making their comeback here. Try to keep it around 250. That's basically what you can do solo. I don't see second and third slipping. Usually their names will be switching places. It doesn't look like they are. I'll let my NOS recover a little bit here. We're gonna have to downshift into this. There we go. And then back to 250. That's what you're looking for. So far, so good. Nice and clean. I took that very slow. And I'm a little low on NOS. We're going to let that NOS recover, even if they end up catching up here. Downshift there. Not too bad, not too bad. I think we're doing pretty good, man. This is working out good. See what happens when we get into the hypercar. Back to 250 after a little bit of a slow S-turn. Not too bad. All right, where are we going? We're going left. All right, let's see what the transition looks like here. All right, P1 Gold Line Edition. Let's go, dude. Yep. It felt a little bit squirrely across the grass there, not gonna lie. But it's feeling pretty nice right here with the acceleration into the 250s. Okay. Double downshift, slow down. Let's try to make this turn. All right, not too bad. I mean, that was just ugly. But it does get a little squirrely across the dirt there, so I didn't want to risk it too much, and we just knocked the back end. This is going to be a risky move here. All right, we're good. handled it well. Not the fastest I've taken that section, but it'll do. All right, we're gonna start picking up the pace here. Oh, just kidding. We're gonna understeer that corner, and we're gonna drift into this one, and then pick up the speed with NOS. That's what we're gonna do. That's not at all how you do that, dude. All right. Again, not the fastest way to take those corners, but it is what it is, man. I am very nervous to try this. Oh, P1, you guttered beautifully, dude. This guy, bro, is right here, though. Oh, beautiful, bro. Beautiful. GG's to the P1 Gold Line Edition, bro. It guttered beautifully. I'm not even joking. This is my first grand race in 2 days. I was very cold going into this, and we got ourselves a nice easy dub with the P1, and it felt really nice. Actually, I was a little nervous going into those gutters because I just didn't test it on Legendary versus Rivalry, which is my sort of my gutter testing course. I only took it on Achieving Immortality, so I was very nervous because I thought maybe the back end would be a little bit wild, but man, it just hooked it, dude. It was just the thing of beauty. The steering is very nice, very responsive. In a stock state, it's not, though. Just bear in mind, if you just take this out, you don't do any type of tune on it, the stock steering feels very sluggish, which is super weird because the regular P1 feels like it's oversteering everywhere. Anyways, with the tune, it feels great, and even in those gutters, just feels amazing. Good acceleration all around. I think it's a very how do I put this? It is not a top tier car, even though it put up a top tier time on Achieving Immortality. I think it doesn't have the right acceleration throughout the middle of the transmission. It just feels a little bit sluggish. So I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I'll probably have to do a lot more testing with this car, maybe drive it in grand races more before I actually add it to the meta conversation. For right now, I think it's above average, but not necessarily in the top conversation. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you on tomorrow's daily build. Trigger out.